Just a big weekend for you. Just regionals had so many people qualify, and just another opportunity for you guys to get more people into the nationals.
Well, I mean, we're really, really excited. I mean, you get the win off the SEC. That's a lot of positive momentum. Our heptathletes, Chris and Brian, decided that they're going to just rest this week. So they're already going to just focus on one event, the heptathlon. So because they're very capable of doubling back in open events. But now we'll just take care and focus on the vaults, the jumps, the sprints, and obviously the distance crew. Super excited. It's a very large contingent for us, and we want to try to make sure we get as many of them to advance to Eugene, because that's the whole goal.
You sent a handful of them down to Austin earlier in the year. So is there a comfortability level of where you guys are going to have to compete this weekend?
Very much so. We always try to rehearse as best as we possibly can to get ready for the ultimate challenge. And then obviously the ultimate challenge is Eugene. We've been to Eugene plenty of times. Now, regionally, it has a tendency to shift. This year at Austin, we want to make sure those that are on runways and so on are used to that type of challenge and configuration with wind and so on. So they're set, but we don't take anything for granted.
You win an SEC championship. How do you keep them focused? Obviously, going into regionals, you're just trying to qualify for nationals. But, I mean, you performed so well, keeping them to not almost let their guard down a little bit.
Well, I think from day one, we try to make sure that they understand the ultimate goal is to get to the national championship itself and eventually possibly score. So don't take anything for granted. Obviously, I'll stop along the way to get ready and kind of test you by fire is the SEC meet. That went really well. Now, this is the one that maybe is a little bit of a different sort because there's 48 contenders and they're only going to take 12. You're going to have to fight for each and every spot. I don't think there's anyone in this meet across the board, no matter what school you're at, that takes this meet for granted because it's the gatekeeper to the national championship.
You have kind of a young group this year. Jada Baylark in the 100 and 200, Maddie Reed and Abby Gray in the 5K. So how are you getting this younger group of lots of freshmen prepared to compete at the next level at the NCAA meet?
Well, I think our freshman and sophomore class are huge, and to advance to the national championships is very much rarefied air. They're going to be scared to a degree because this is something they read about last year or the year before that, when they're in high school, oh my gosh, to go to the NCAA championships is a huge goal and usually an upper class goal. So I think that the fire is there. It's just a matter now of keeping their poise under fire.
Look at the pole vault. I mean, you guys have dominated really all year in that. How do they handle having a target on their back every time they go out?
Well, they've had a target on their back now for years, so they're kind of used to that. What's most fearful about a regional meet is Austin, Texas is susceptible to thunderstorms. Once the competition begins, the pit can't be moved. So you might start out with a nice tailwind, everything's hunky-dory, and all of a sudden a thunderstorm comes blowing in. We're jumping at higher heights. That compaction of competition usually evolves over a long period of time. And so all of a sudden now we have a headwind because the winds have changed because of a storm. That can cause fear in any vaulter's life. And if there's anybody that can prepare an athlete to handle that challenge, it's Brian Compton.
With the pole vault, this is actually the first time they're going to be able to see Emily Grove and Annie Rhodes together at the same meet. Those are number 1 and 2, and then they're sitting at number 3 right now. So how important is this meet going into the national meet to prepare them for,
Well, I think that anytime you see the best of the best, number one, I'm glad as a coach that the pressure's on them. They have the higher heights. We have the athletes that have even jumped higher than that, just haven't yet. They're excited about the competition. They're always excited about, the opportunity to, strut their stuff in front of the other peers that they have. Rhodes is a very good one, and the young lady from North Dakota is real special. So, I'm sorry, South Dakota. I think they're plenty motivated to try to set the record straight.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.